What's up, YouTube? Back with another video, Bad News Brown. Now, this video is going to be 2 days later, 2 days late, but never short. And it's upon special request. And it's going to be a tribute in memory of the late, great Michael Jackson. Now, those who don't know who Michael Jackson is, it's pretty much one of the greatest, if not the greatest, singer, performer, entertainer we ever had. All around the world, Michael Jackson was loved. That's no doubt. And as we know from his plenty of tourings, visiting, he was more loved than anybody. He up there with the Pope. We used to joke that the closest thing we get to Jesus is Michael Jackson. You heard me? I'm gonna say that again. The closest thing you'll get to Jesus is Michael Jackson. This would be an old joke. As we know, there's some controversy surrounding the late great Michael Jackson, and I'll get into that, but I just kind of want to really commemorate and let you absorb the magnitude of how great Michael Jackson was from his childhood to his adulthood career. He was like the Mayweather, Michael Jordan of his craft. He was that standard. So think about that. And for all those, of course, who wasn't alive to see the great Michael Jackson, he was the ultimate. Again, he was loved all over the world. I don't care who you was, from a regular guy, if you called yourself a gangster, entertainer, black, white, all walks of life, you liked Michael Jackson, pretty much. And again, he had a somewhat controversial life, as a lot of famous people from his childhood. But I want to just take another look at certain things in hindsight as far as Michael Jackson. And before I continue, as you may know by now, that I like Michael Jackson, but I'm also non-biased as well. So when you ask me, do I think that he did that? And no. Kind of like what Paul Mooney said, Mike was X-Files. He wasn't P-Foul, you know what I mean? That would pretty much make him normal, if you get it. That's how bad, how common that is, unfortunately, but you get what I mean. So he was definitely strange and not normal, and that was a lot of that due to his upbringing. Now, and that's what I want to kind of get into as far as his lifestyle, because again, if you don't know, Michael Jackson, he wasn't no solo artist at first. And this is for people who, of course, wasn't alive and don't know Michael Jackson. I'm explaining this part too, but it was the Jackson 5, him and his 4 brothers. Now, if you may not know, the Jacksons was a big family, hence the singer actress Janet Jackson is his younger sister, and he also had older brothers as well, and another sister with 2 other sisters. But anyway, so they were a group. Now, a lot of people coming up, it was the stigma that Joe Jackson abused his children. And do I believe that in hindsight now? The reason why I'm saying this now, because let's say I had a talk with a wise man, and he told me to just kind of look at things from different angles. And I do that as well, but just kind of from a whole different prism, because there's so many dimensions to things. But anyway, is it safe to say that, yeah, certainly Joe drove a hard, kind of overly too hard line on his children? Definitely gray area abuse. But in a lot of ways, Was Joe trying to protect his children from a lot of the sharks in Hollywood? You understand me? So think about that. So possibly, then again, I'm not saying he didn't. Of course, I wasn't there. And I remember back in the day, I even read was the sister Latoya. I read her book, and he did say he put her in the bathroom and gave her a dictionary and told her to read it. So you see what I'm saying? That, you know, of course, that would be extreme to the average parent. So you can kind of get an idea of the type of hype Joe was on. But then again, you know, if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't be who they were. But this video is not really to go too deep into that. I just want to kind of get y'all to look at that from a different direction. But do I think Mike did that? No, I don't. And as Mike got older, of course, we know Mike was not only talented musically, he knew the business. He bought the Beatles catalog, so he was on top of that as well. And he started doing battle with people or entities in that industry. And before he passed, it's safe to say that he even made certain videos indirectly letting you know. And not even that, he even had speeches. There's actually videos on YouTube about that, him against them peoples. So, and of course, how he passed now, is who knows. Now obviously Mike had a lot going on, especially at this point in his life, but I don't know. I'm not here to really go too down a rabbit hole as far as whether that was done intentionally or not, but I just really want to just highlight the greatness and the magnitude of the life of Michael Jackson, being that on June 25th, you know, was his anniversary of his passing. And shout out to the late great Michael Jackson. Bad News Brown, breaking it down for y'all. Don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to me. I'll be back with more of it for y'all, man. Just wanted to wrap real quick with y'all. Again, this is a request by one of my viewers, and a pretty good idea, but I want to get this out there before it be 3 or 4 days late. Then it'll be 3 or 4 days short then after that. Alright, peace.